Alrighty. Well, she's lovely, bright, sunny skies now. Well, you know, like, kind of. Yeah, that video I had of the solar panels sitting up there, yeah, about 10 minutes later it went dark and stayed dark, and there's something you got to realise when you run this on freezer. See, I've had an NGL like this before, except the steel one. By the way, I saw that, you know how I got this $750? It was $150 discount. You know what I saw the steel equivalent, the 40-litre steel equivalent for the other day? $1,539. This is what happens when you keep your eyes open and you have a couple of brains, and you know that the plastic moulded version is cheaper. Anyway, it's strange. You've got this little, like a bit of a cupped-in piece in there that sort of goes up to there, and the seal only starts sort of further back, and you've got this other bit. I don't know, it's just odd. So I've just jammed that under there just to let it vent out a bit, because, well, when you run it as a freezer, as I said, I've had one as a fridge, and they go fine as a fridge. They might run 5 times a day, like 5 times in a 24-hour period, or 5 times during the day, and usually only twice at night in the cooler climates, except when you turn on the freezer and then you throw 9 or 10 pounds of chicken in, it runs and it runs and it runs, and then, you know, you have like 2 days of overcast, and, well, you know, well, it wasn't exactly 2 days of overcast, but it's, let's put it like this, you know, a whole heap of unfrozen stuff, you're trying to freeze it, the sun's out when you make a video and it disappears for, you know, 2 days after, 10 minutes after you make the video, and yeah, the battery was a little bit soggy on it. I was going to go and, I had to go to the hardware store, and I was going to take this in, just so I can use the, you know, the relay, the dual battery system to charge the battery up. And the sun's shining bright, and no, she'll be good. Nah, maybe I should leave it a bit longer and just see, you know, just leave it till later on the day. And I thought, nah, fuck that. Car park fills up in that joint pretty quickly, so I'll go now. And I went now. And then I come back. And there was no sun when I was in at the hardware store, and no sun when I come out. And, you know, it was raining afterwards, and I had a look at the battery voltage, and it just had continued to drop. And, yeah, I had to then take this for a drive, just a merry old leisure drive, just to charge the battery up and turn the fridge off. So probably won't be using it as a freezer. It might be alright if I was to drive it more, but it's this thing, you know, we've just turned over into spring, and it spends more time overcast and dark than it does not, and then your solar just ain't keeping up with it. And I'm surprised, like, when I'd come out to get stuff, like I'd leave my wallet in here or whatever, come out to get stuff or play around out here with something, this damn thing was almost always going in freezer mode. But I know for a fact in fridge mode they barely go at all. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be using it as a fridge, not a freezer. But the fact is that I'm probably not going to be living in this for at least another few more weeks. And I've got to make a road trip, hopefully in a week's time, but I'm not going to be living in this for a few more weeks, and there's no point running a fridge, because I've got a fridge in the house anyway. So anyway, that was a bit of a bum, but anyway, still got to adjust that back foot. Decided it was going to line up how it wanted to, and then the little screw that holds the bottom of that bit of mesh you can see, oh no, you actually can't see. That bit of mesh there, yeah, the screw that's on the bottom isn't blooming high enough, because with a bit of movement and a bit of driving, it turns out that that foot settled properly, and yeah, I've got to go about I don't know, half an inch or more up for that screw. So anyway, we'll do that when we could be bothered, but I'm just a little bit over doing a lot of mechanical stuff and fix-up stuff and building stuff at the moment, and I've actually been organising things in the house. Not so much a clean-up as in just rounding up all the bloody tools all over the damn joint, and all the screws and all the random bits of shit everywhere, and just trying to organise things a bit, because it just is getting ridiculous inside that house. I got bloody, right next to the frickin' kitchen table, I got sheet metal that's friggin' cut up and you know, tin snips and bloody drills and all this bullshit just everywhere. And I've sort of just let it blow out like that for the last 2 months, and it, you know, comes the time you've got to sort a few things out. But anyway, I've been out here sorting a few things out. And, yeah, I had this little thing for the bench extension, and I took it out and got a whole heap of stuff to fit very nicely, and then realised, oh shit, I left it out. So, yeah, I might just find another spot for it. I might just strap it in behind the driver's seat here. Because of the way it is, because it's we're only a normal minivan, the roof's not very big, I always find I'm on my knees, and my knees, like, fuck me, there's a few baby anchor points that, where is it? There's one in here somewhere that I keep hitting. I think it's right there. And that's hard as fuck, and it is no good on your knees, being in here on your knees. Regardless of the layer of felt, the layer of carpet, and the layer of lino, it's still bloody hard on your knees. So, this is like a heating element piece that come out of something you put on your chair that's got a massage feature and all that. And I was going to chuck it and throw it out, and I thought, wait a minute, it's a pre-packaged cushion with some sponge in it. Yeah, there's a heating element in it, but so what? Like, it's not a hard heating, you know, it's flexible type of thing, so... And then I'm sitting there going, how am I going to strap this in? I thought, I know what I can do. I just shove it up behind the friggin' seat cover. Should be good. Doesn't matter if it falls out anyway. I might end up just slotting it in there. Having done removals, as I have, you get a very good sense of how to place everything and how to get everything to fit. And it hasn't been very hard at all to work out how to... I've got a shovel and everything down there. Oh God, you can't see it very well. Oh, you can't see shit. Anyway, there's a shovel with a red handle down there, and I've got a little cover. There you can see the little brown cover over him. Some toilet rolls there. Coffee. Oh shit, I left my sugar in. Kettle. Plates. Earplugs for sleeping. In an old pill bottle. Vitamin jar. That's a plastic bottle, by the way. And I am aware that you're supposed to avoid ceramics, or like, not ceramics, but porcelain and glass, because you hit a few bumps and it'll go bang, and it'll crack all over the damn joint, which is not very good. But anyway, I drove this the other day, as I was saying, to charge the battery up, and we did go down some unsealed roads, bang to bang to bang. And, you know, everything just stayed in place. And this little bugger here sort of just went like about that. And that was it. And I just... See, not surprisingly, this has got a little bit of slack. Because this little nylon strap, you started to stretch. It's really tight, of course, when you first put it on. But you go down a few rough roads and you boom, 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 and she gets a little bit of slack. If need be, I'll get like a plastic fork or something and just frickin' jam it in here just to take a little bit of the slack out. But the reality is, it doesn't like fall right off onto the fridge or something, so it doesn't really matter actually. But yeah, that's sort of... I was pleased. Like, all of this shit all stayed good. There wasn't much rattling at all. I mean, there's going to be more rattling now that I'm starting to pack a few things in. I've got a whole heap of other bits and bobs I've got to bring, mainly pots and stuff like that. Some of these don't have anything in it. That's just what the kettle come out of. That, I just bought that out here, and I thought if I find a spot, I'll put it in that spot. That's an empty shoebox. And, yeah, I'm going to sew up a little thing. I've cut the straps to actually like mount a little thing that loops over the top with the strap around, so it's sort of like your strap hangs, it's actually level with your like your magazine rack thing there. That other thing you can see, that's the little tray that folds out on the tray. It's like a little airline bloomin' behind seat tray. Another one of the strange, weird features these things have. It's actually got a gas strut and it pops itself up. Go have a look at videos of the Trajet if you want to see what they're like. But yeah, shortest gas strut in the world you've ever seen. But we can see that magazine pocket there. That's about where the strap is. I'm going to have these in. so that I can actually sit my panels on the front seat and then just slot them in there. And then, yeah, because I'm going out tomorrow and well, it's not going to be in behind the car park at work where it's safe and, you know, it's going to be in a train station. I am going to just pull the plug and take them inside because I'm not going to need them. Actually, it's on float charge. I checked like 2 hours ago, so it's fine. And I might give it like 10-20 minutes of the dual battery, the relay, when I come back, just to top it up a bit. Oh, there's another thing too I got, and I'll show you that other thing in a second. I'll show you the other side first because I've got these and I've got this other one that I was going to use for a bin before I got my proper lid bin. Oh yeah, this is sitting pretty tight. These two here are wobbling around. I'm going to put an eyelet in there, and I've got a whole shit ton of Oki straps. So I'm going to work out and put one across there and put a few bits and bobs in there. This still isn't full. Now, as you know, this is able to have the mattress drop down, but as I've talked in a previous video, there's almost no bloody point. So I decided to make a bit of use of room on the other side there, where the mattress would slot down, and I'm also going to bring the porta potty out and throw it in here. And I'm going to need some sort of an Oki strap for that too. So I don't know if I can. I have to rig something off of this shit. That's going to be too high. Damn it. Damn. I might have to put one around this. Down there. That's going to be too high as well. I'll work something out. Yeah. There's nothing to say that I don't have to strap it behind the back of the seat here. Because I'm sure I can get an Oki strap into... Oh yeah, there's big bloody bars as part of the seat pieces underneath. And just strap it here. You know. I think we'll work something out. We always work something out. That's the one thing you got to remember, folks. We always work it out. There is always a fucking solution. No matter what. Oh, look. Yeah. I forgot about that. Seat mats. Yeah. Oh, there might be there's options there for Oki straps. Yeehaw. Never forget. This is a strange machine with very bizarre features. Anyway, I've still got to put the tank on the back, the grey water tank. That's yeah. You'll see how it's set up when I show that. Anyway, I've got two of these. They're great little things. Like, they see this. The rim all clicks in. It takes a bit of a wiggle and a muck around, but it does click down. You know, it doesn't go in quite as easy as you'd expect. And then, like, it's close. It's not like wobbling at the top because you've actually got a structure holding the top as well. And it's got like a little piece that you can see the little lines there. There's like a little mesh piece between the crystals and where the water is. And you just pop it straight out. So that's actually like just a big bloody hollow hole. It's got a domed bottom, strangely enough. Oh, bit of wind there. Anyway, I got what I was going to use as a bin, and two of these, and they just fit nicely in between the two legs there. I've got to bring me, what's his name, out to the table and slot it in here, and I'm a little bit worried and it's got to hit this. My God, I should have made that a bit longer. It's gone from here to then find, oh shit, there's nothing to stop it from here, you know, except maybe, oh, even the bin's going to move. But I need to put around a bit of wood or something around this just to protect it from getting hit by stuff. And then the bit of wood, it's either got to come off of here with a very good set of screws in here and come out of here and over that or something, because there's nothing else to screw it to here. You know, it's yeah. But the table is designed to slot it because it's got a bit of room there, and it sort of slots nicely in there. And that seat, I can't, well, I don't want to adjust that seat because that's sort of, yeah, I've had the table in there before. And, you know, in due course, I might be slotting some of the Reflectix up in here. a little bit touchy about slotting reflectix around uninsulated electrical connections, regardless of what. Oh, you know, they've got a plastic. Yeah, I know they've got a plastic coating. I don't really quite trust it. Anyway, we'll work out reflectix stuff. There's also a gap in between the bed and the fridge, and I could easily shove reflectix down there without a problem at all, actually. Anyway. Something else. It's always very good. That I had two of them. I went digging around. I got sick of this blasted nightlight thing. It keeps flashing and flashing. But this is one of those ones that's like a faceplate. So I just popped the bastard out, and I've had it out for a couple of weeks. I'm not missing the radio at all. Anyway, yeah. I bought a 2-pack of these. This is fairly old. This is like 12 years old or something. But it's little like a AAA battery, so you got to take your back, like your belt clip thing off, and then you get a piece from there down. That slides down, so you flick the top off. Yeah. Anyway, you whack in 3 batteries into that, and when the traffic's all backed up to fuck. Almost done it. I go to channel 5, there's often someone being a prick on there. It's supposed to be an emergency channel, but there's always someone on there. Anyway, this is good because this has got like it's a 40 channel UHF, and let me tell you, when there's a traffic backup and your stupid Google Maps doesn't know about it, your GPS does, some truck driver will. And this thing's got it's supposed to be like a 2-mile range. I really question that. I really question that. Even if it's a friggin', you know, quarter-mile range, that's good enough to find out what's going on with traffic. And yeah, I think they're a great idea actually. And I end up having to carry one of these around at work, unfortunately, sometimes, because you hear so much bloody shit talking in the capital. You hear a little bit out here. I'm surprised at how much I am hearing out here for the lack of blooming people that are out here with this thing. But I reckon some of the boys in the big quarry over there are gas bagging away on these damn things. But anyway, that's something I've decided to include. And yeah, I drive along and I keep hearing this rattling. I'm like, wait a minute, this bastard, there's something shaking in here. And I'm fucking playing around and it's just this going. And I'm like, oh, fuck me. It's a blooming radio all along. But anyway, is what it is. I've still got to set up this little USB thing, as you can see there. And yeah. Anyway, oh yeah, that's right. This bitch keeps moving. I zip tied it to the seat. It's not going to move much now. See the little zip tie there, and that zip tie is connected to one that wraps. Well, it's about 2 or 3 actually that wrap right around this. So that's not too bad. So anyway, we're yeah, still working out things and places to put stuff. But those 3 buckets that I showed on the other side there, on the left side there's nothing even in them yet. You know, so we're not going to have any real issues with this. I've got water containers too, and I'm going to get the water containers, probably set them down in the on the other side there, on the passenger side, because of course this is a right-hand drive vehicle. But they're big enough that I can whack both water containers down, and that gives me a few gallons of water. And in case you're wondering a few things, by the way, the hot water system you're seeing, the silicon on that is high temperature silicon, 150 degrees Celsius, which is like way over boiling temperature. So it's not like your 320 degree stuff that they use in place of gaskets in an engine, but it is still fairly high temperature stuff. And the other question, what about the little the water pump? You see, those heating pads, I got those from the Capital off eBay. And the water pump I got from Hong Kong off eBay. Estimated time up to 6 weeks. Not air freight, they're literally putting it in a ship. And it cuts down on your cost, and then it's like, fuck me, why didn't I order one from the Capital instead of from fucking Hong Kong? So I'm still waiting on the bastard. And we're looking in now, it's 3 weeks now, and I might check the mailbox, but I still don't think anything's come yet. But at least, 3 weeks, nothing yet, and it was a 6 week wait, and we're going to keep waiting. There's 3 weeks to the end of the month, and it's still possibly right through to the end of this month before it comes. So, yeah, it gives me good reason to put a few water containers in here for the time being, because I'm going to need them for this road trip. And but that's basically that, and the grey water tank, which I've already got. I've just got to sort of mount in place properly. That's all ready to go. The grey water tank it's like 90 mil, which isn't quite, 3 5/8 of an inch pipe that they use for stormwater. And I've got end caps, and I've got one end cap that'll unscrew. So if there's any sludge build up, I can put like a power washer, pressure washer, whatever you want to call it, in there and blast all the sludge out like once a year, once every 6 months. And it's got a tap on there as well, so I can, drain out the grey water as I want. And the tradition around here is, you just start it on the drip and then you drive somewhere and it all drips out by the time you get there. So they're like, people get worried in the States about grey water because of the massive depth of groundwater in Western Australia and the non-existent groundwater over here. Like all these people, he's not serious about off-grid because he doesn't have a well, he doesn't have a well, he doesn't. What is it with these Americans that just think in American terms? Where's the fucking groundwater? I have a high chance of hitting gold than I have of hitting ground, and that's fucking fully true because this is a gold area, as some of you might have worked out. I have far higher chance of hitting gold than I have of hitting groundwater, and that's not a fucking joke. So there's so the grey water, they just they don't really give a shit. It's just not a pro. We don't have fire inspectors on houses too. Like you have a fire inspector in a building, so we don't have that. We just have a building inspector. There's things that run quite differently over here. There's some people who have found pockets of water trapped in rock over here. They've pumped it out. 6 months later, it's fucking empty. There's 1 or 2 underground rivers, but they're pretty rare as well. And there is groundwater in the capital that apparently is rainwater, but it's so fucking contaminated with motor oil and fucking pesticide and God knows what that you'd never friggin' drink it anyway. But as for full-size aquifers, it just doesn't happen around here. But anyway,